live hunt. Okay, well, let's see. Start this again. Go through here. Force 23. Poison bottle for the nose. Make it bloody red. Alrighty, folks. This is Sia Abdurazine, and it looks like just as soon as I started the game, I have one eyeball. If you are actually an eyeball and not a bot, I really hope the audio is working. If you can't hear me for some reason, and I have it on the text,
Cybernetics
please
pioneer
let me know.
Dracogenics is making
So I
headlines
can
with what they're calling
fix
instant
that
consciousness
problem over
transferal
here.
technology. But many are already
As I
referring to
mentioned,
it
my
as
name is
resurrection.
and I go by Black
Dracogenics.
And I've been playing Satellite Reign since its alpha release in February. I've put in a little bit of time on this game. I've seen it grow, I've seen it get to a lot of spots, and I've also seen it get released.
Civil unrest today following the privatization of city services. Dracogenic security forces clashed with rioters all through the night.
Noticed that people are having a tough time with some missions and questions with the game. I tried to do a video of this the other day, and it turned out not to do much in terms of working because the mic was not working. And I'm hoping, we're all hope that the mic is working this time, and I'm not going to just go for another hour without hearing anything. I did a quick test,
We're hearing that city police have apprehended a suspect related to the wave of recent
beginning.
anti-Dracogenics attacks.
Since if you haven't played the game, I'm just going to go ahead and skip this intro over here and get us into the game. Again, it looks like we got another eyeball in, and hoping that the audio is working. I'm not seeing any comments about the audio working or not working, so I'm just going to go ahead and assume that the audio is working. But yeah, the game is now released, and there's a lot of people coming in, and it has its reviews and it has its detractors, and I'm not going to be focusing on that as much as focusing on everything I've learned while playing this game so many times, and some of the little pieces of work that are not necessarily shown in the tutorial and are not as clear in the logs that I think will go a long way in helping you have an enjoyable gaming experience or an enjoyable experience on Satellite. One of the most primary ones is the game's control scheme. When it comes in standard, your ability to move the camera is bound to the arrow keys, which is definitely not my style, and the rotations are the comma and the dot. And I would recommend the first thing you should do pretty much as soon as the game starts, so if you've played it and you haven't done this yet, is to hit escape and go to system over here and go to controls and go through this whole list over here and rebind all the keys that you can. And also pay very close attention when you are rebinding the keys, because for an example, I have the WASD commands over here to scroll the camera, so it's as if I'm playing a first or third person shooter and cueing me for the rotation. But there are other commands that are bound to these that you need to change, because if you don't change and you hit those triggers, you're going to trigger both actions at the same time. The one that was driving me crazy for a little bit, and I've seen come up in the forums a couple of times, has to do with just scrolling down with S and stop. If you notice, it's been changed to keypad 0 over here. And if you don't have that changed, anytime you give a command and you scroll down, your agent will literally stop doing what they are doing. So that is pretty important to keep in mind when you're playing and you rebind the key commands, which again I highly recommend you do, just because it gives you a chance to realize what's there and what's not there in terms of abilities, and it also makes it easier for you to move around, and it becomes more your style. I will definitely say this game, some people are saying, well, it doesn't have this and it doesn't have that, but in reality it has a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it is set up a little bit openly for you to kind of sit down and fashion this type of super agent to your own liking. I don't know if you've ever played tabletop games, but it is a little bit kind of like getting your own soldiers and then customizing them slowly. You don't have full control of customization in terms of what your agent looks like, because it goes into the game's clone mechanics, which I will get to later. But when it comes to abilities, to your style, if you are more of the stealth type of player, it is different than if you're a very aggressive type of player. So it looks like I still have one eyeball. I just want to make sure and just do a refresh. Still no comments. I'm hoping that my mic is working properly. I'm just going to cross my fingers. Okay, so we're going to just do this and do this quick double hack here. And there we go. And I'll definitely say, there's definitely been using this word a lot to a point where I'm starting to drive myself a little crazy using the word again and again. There is a zen that is inherent in Satellite Reign, which goes into a question of, are you want to know if you are playing this game well or not. And the best way to say it is, if you are the least amount of keyboard clicks and commands you're giving, and the more amount of outputs is happening on the screen or in the game, the better things are for you as a player. And there you go. I think we just bamboozled that guard over there, right? And I know so there's some people who are having a tough time with stealth, and people are saying that they haven't seen any videos of anyone attempting to do a lot of stealth successfully, which in my last round I did, and I was pretty proud of it, but of course with the bad audio there's really no point in keeping it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do it again and have a few stealth-based missions and see how well I can do these missions without things going bad. But I will also say is if things do go bad, that's okay, because there is a kind of like a little philosophy with this game, and not succeeding on your first try, and the way you quote-unquote fail or get punished in the game is a little bit different from other games. So death is very different of a concept in a game like this over a lot of other games, especially strategy games. Because these guys are clones, and they are, and this is a little bit different from the original series this game was based on, which is Syndicate and Syndicate Wars. But basically, you are a satellite drone operator who is guiding the consciousness of 4 specialized units who keep getting teleported into a modified clone of people that you snatch around the city. And with that said, you basically have, you know, when these soldiers die, they are pretty expendable in terms of a resource. So it's not like they were a very large investment when your unit dies and you lost it. I will say there is a little bit of a cost of upgrading your units, but once you do, that type of cost of re-updating the unit's power it starts to drop off. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be going pretty stealthy this time around, so I'm just going to put as much silencers as I can afford at the moment, and then come up over here. And I'm going to do a quick refresh on Steam to see if no comments, no one saying anything, and I am again hoping that the mic is successfully working this time around. Alright, so holding Alt, and we're just going to do this little bit of a slide. But it's not. Everything is fine. Another thing I like to, or another concept I like to use about Satellite Rain is comparing the gameplay style to conducting a type of an orchestra, where when you start getting very much into the action, you're basically doing a series of key taps, almost in this hypnotic type of placing, and you're kind of conducting this little piece, and the piece is called Chaos. And with that, you basically are doing a lot of damage and successfully messing everything up everywhere. Okay, so I do know people have had some questions about how to do successful executions. And the answer that I should give you is that for the most part, trying to do a nice back-end execution, it's a little bit of a two-man job, because you will want to have somebody who's going to be a little distracted while you're doing, while you basically bait a soldier into coming to you for you to commit this type of execution. And since they both have walked this way, I'm going to kind of just go on over here and mosey on this way. How am I going to even need to execute these guys? I am going to go ahead and move my hacker over there. since the option of stealth is the main objective for today, if I can get away with it, I'm just going to go ahead and get away with it. Alright, so I didn't end up killing these guys this time around, so now we are in the main area. And there we go. Okay, so we are now in the game world proper, and it looks like that white dot over there is a homeless person who is passed out. We don't know their name yet, and we use our world scan to get some information. And look at the world scan information. Alright, we have Miss Sophie Calvin. Ooh, she has really good stats for a clone. This is a surprise to have something like this right off the bat in our game. Okay, so you know, since I mentioned that this game has this basic mechanic called the clone mechanic, and it starts with your hacker controlling the mind of the civilian. And when you have a mind of a civilian controlled, you have a few options. You can either have them be part of your party and move around and kind of be fodder, or you can disconnect them, which does become useful in some situations. But in this case, because this character has really good stats, I'm going to send her to get recloned, or you know, set her up for cloning. And you know, I just realized when I first did the tutorial last time, I explained this better, and I'll do it again. And this has to do with with the camera and movement controls. Well, in the tutorial, it does tell you this, which is, you know, you can select with the number buttons, and you can do Control A, or do this button that is, I don't remember the name for it, but it's right next to the one button. And if you hit F for follow, and then you start moving around, the camera will start following your characters. Now, this is something that is not explained as well, which is you can actually select another person or character in the game and hit F2 or F as well, and it will start following them. And we're following Barefoot Joe over here, or actually we can actually get his real name in a minute.
Right now, though, we've got to build up a
so we got Mr. Conrad M, who's barefoot, and we're following. And I can have my hacker follow this guy around as he's walking around without necessarily needing to follow my hacker, because I want to pay closer attention to this guy. And then when he's kind of out of the line of sight, which he was not in this case, I will start doing this mind hack. Okay, so this would have been a great time to start showing the explanation of execution, but there's too many guys around. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it, since they're both paying attention to that guy, or to my hacker. I'm going to go and whack this guy real quick. And since they're freaked out, I'm trying to shoot him over here. Oh no! Let's see, who can shoot who? Okay, I think my soldier can shoot from back there, and he can shoot this guy from back real quick. Alright, so yeah, now one thing that I will have to say, since I've tried this enough time, is make sure your weapon is drawn before you do the execution, because that seems to, if you don't, there seems to be a little bit of a delay, and in this game, you do want to time or plan your movements with as little as delays as you possibly have, and causing way too much chaos than I normally would at this state of the game. But you know what, I screwed up. And as I said, there's a thing to be said about this game and screwing up, and that it's okay to do it. Even though right now I am playing the game how you should not. Even though there's no cameras around, so if I can dispatch these guys quickly enough, I think I may have done my job. We'll see. Okay, Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of soldiers who have arrived, and the situation's gotten pretty ugly, and I'm just going to go ahead and make the executive decision to retreat. And since our warning is not too high, I don't think they will be following us too much, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and preserve ammo and death because there's too many of those guys. And this is one of the things that people have been bringing up in this game, which is all of a sudden bad guys can start spawning out of nowhere and will be spawning just like a plague, and they will be everywhere. And that is actually kind of true, but there is a little bit of a method to this madness. Okay, they just went the other way. They decided to not pursue me, and there's another homeless person here, which I will attack for educational purposes. Let's let them zoom in. Alright. So we got, what's your name again? We got Miss Nicholas Haynes. And yes, this is I think all the names of the characters in this game are based on real contributors to the game's Kickstarter. Some people have decided to have cartoony or silly names, and some people have their actual names. It's kind of cool. So we're gonna go. We're in the main downtown area. Which, by the way, I have my computer is not a supercomputer, so I have the population density of the game set up to medium. You can definitely increase the number of the game's population should you choose it. Now, okay, so let's do the world scan real quick. Now that's an ATM, which is something you will be wanting to use and hack as many that you can that are available. But keep in mind, if you hack those while there are bad guys around, which in the world scan show was red, you will get caught. And if you're hacking and the ATM is near a camera, which in a lot of cases they are, again, the camera will start eyeing you and you could get caught. So what I'm going to do is kind of do a little bit of a diversion with my clone over here. The guards have moved away over there, and I'm going to go ahead and start shooting that camera. And since the guards are now like trying to pay attention to me, I'm just going to run, force run. And oh no, they should have followed me more. But they did not, because I guess this guy was not that much of a threat. But guess what? I'm going to hold the control button and I'm going to just start firing bullets. So the sound of gunfire will get other people moving towards that area. They want to know what's going on. And I'm going to start hacking while no one is watching. And the camera, since they were down, I basically just sacrificed a random citizen in order to do this. Oh shoot, it looks like they saw me hacking, or my suspicion was still there. They started to kind of realize what was going on. And so this arrest system can be a little bit finicky sometimes. It looks like my suspect is properly apprehended and that no other penalty is going to be set up to totally execute that guy, but I want to move on with the game and get our infiltrator to start entering the game world. So I'm just going to go ahead and move real quick to this little downtown area's shops or market, and there's a little beacon hidden over here, and these beacons act as little teleporters and base up operations in the game. I know people have brought up the fact that they wish that there was more of a base in the game like XCOM. I definitely am the type of person who thinks that would be something really cool, but this was an independent game with little resources, so the guys at 5 Lives decided to go a different route with this game and basically use those teleport relays to be your little means of figuring out what you need to do. Okay, so Let's go to the main mission over here and go back and rescue our infiltrator, activate the ping. And since I have spent all my money on silencers, I won't be able to pay for the extra information, but since I've played this game 100 times, I know what the information is. There are basically 3 main points of entrance in this game, or in this compound, and there are less or more in other ones. And when you pay for this extra information tag, your support character, or disembodied support character, basically gives you the lowdown to what your options are, and then you decide to go about it from there. And you can go really stealthy, you can go hot and heavy, front door, and there are actually 2 stealthy entrances in this little compound where our infiltrator is. The first one is through this little zip line over here, which people have said, I go through these zip lines and then I fall off my ass, which is true, because you're going to need to have this item called the Zip Claw equipped, which neither of us have, and if you actually click on this zip line, it will say what your chances of success are in order to zip on through. And it's 40% of a chance here, so I think 1 out of 3 of our agents are going to be able to make this, and 2 are going to fall off their ass, if not all 3. And also, zip lines sometimes have power cables attached to them and they're live, and then if you try to hook onto it, you will give yourself a nice shock. And they're normally these generators down here that you see, and that blue line you see will be connected to the zip line. So that's how you're going to figure out whether or not the zip line is hot or not. Okay, so we're going to go and just try to do this hack. Let's see, soldier made it, and my support and hacker fell off their ass, and got guards over there. Okay, so they did not see me, and I was able to move to cover quite quickly. Now, if all 3 fell down on their ass, I would have actually moved all of my units through this little backdoor area over here, but since my soldier's up here, I will, and I will use this time to show you back cover real quick. So when you move a mouse around and you see those arrows, and also on your toggle you see that little white dot, that basically means you will be moving to cover. And when you move to cover, unless you are right next to the main view, you will get into some serious trouble. And since my guy just started moving instead of staying arrested, he's now starting to fire. He has a silencer equipped, but the other soldier does not have, and the sound of gunfire does rouse suspicion, as you can see over here. Let's see, that guy ran away. I'm going to dispatch this guy as well. I'm going to double tap my hacker so I can figure out where my guys are and bring them in through that entrance. And bring back the soldier, make sure he is all good to go. He is taken down. And we have another guy who's doing this little bit of a door jam game. See if he's gonna go back to the door or not. Nope. He's just gonna... what is he doing? What's his deal? Okay, well, it looks like he just decided to come up to the front over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run on in. Get my infiltrator in. Bring up both of these guys. And instead of going to the front door, I'm just gonna go back up. And let's see, there's nobody else here, and while these guys are going up, I'm going to also do a command cube. That did not work. Alright, so I'm going to be passing on through here, and you can hold the shift button and right click, and then you will start doing these little movements that are called command cube. Which I've noticed actually when you're trying to move from cover to cover may not be your best option. You want to just hit it by itself, so they just stay in cover when you hit another cover. Because I've noticed if you do command Q and you go to a cover, they don't stay covered in like stealth mode when you're moving to the next one, as opposed to if you move into cover and then you move into another cover, they keep their head down. So I hope you guys at Five Lives do actually change that up in the future, but in this case, that's something to know. Okay, you know what? I don't think I need these guys in the compound at all, because I just want to make sure I get these guys out safely, and I can probably do the job I need to do by just bringing my hacker up to the front over here. And let's get our soldier. Our biggest obstacle right now is, you know what, I'm going to pull this map over here because I'm in a compound. I normally collapse it back when I'm not in a serious game mode, but when you can pull up this map over here, you get to eyeball your environment much better from a distance. So that red dot over there is that guard over here that you see. And I'm just going to Pink Panther my way to this little corner, which I think is a good spot. There doesn't seem to be any guards on the street, so I'm just going to go ahead and hack the entrance. And you know what? I'm just going to sprint to freedom by double clicking. And there we go. Home free. I guess this was not a successful fully stealth mission because I was caught and my soldier killed a bunch of people. So I'll have to try to do that stealth thing again. And yeah, I will definitely say if you're doing the tutorials, you are going to be pressing buttons a few times, and I'm just going to go ahead and mindlessly hit these things so they can just go away. And let's see. So I got a researcher that is over there that I can find, and since I don't have all the teleport relays going, I'm just gonna make my way through it. I'm gonna do a quick check on my Steam, see if any comments are there. Again, none. Alright. So we have all of our guys in now, and we are going to be doing our first real mission coming up. And I'm just going to go ahead and sprint these guys in, hit the follow button, and I'm actually going to test something out because somebody was saying that their agent was moving to sprint completely, and I believe if you hold the right click button, your agents will also start sprinting. Nope. That does not seem to do much, so I'm not sure what the what the guy was doing that was making him sprint with his keyboard anytime he was holding right click. So hopefully he found the solution to his problems. Okay, so there's a researcher here, and you see that theme, which if you turn on the world map, you get to see the theme as well. And there we go, that is our researcher that we want. We're just gonna have our soldier go and talk to this person, give him money, get him to join our cause. There we go. Okay. Thank you. I did a good job. Alright, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a shift commands and slowly make my way to another teleport relay. Here, and we'll keep going. So yeah, the fun thing with this feud command is it actually becomes pretty useful if you have your team stem pack set up, which I will be showing in a moment, and you just you want to pre-command your soldiers to move in certain areas in the game, possibly like cover or from one cover to the next. And also, actually, I said this before, this is one of the easiest ATMs to hack because usually there's barely any guards controlling this one spot. And I'm going to go ahead and send my soldier to go and open that satellite relay while we move on to the next spot. Now, people have said that they get bum rushed by guards all over the place. And as I mentioned, they are correct. You will get bum rushed by your guards pretty quickly if you're not careful. When that happens, it's just not fun at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just run over here with my infiltrator to start opening that while my soldier is making his way. But chances are he might just get teleported by the time he gets here. So we're getting in here. Alright. So, this, that, fast travel. Oh! Okay, so now we got everybody in. I'm gonna hit system, or sorry, I'm gonna go to loadout. I'm gonna go to clones, and I am going to update my soldier clone, which if I do any update, it doesn't look like it will do anything for her. So, let's try. Ooh. Oh, it's because I was clicking on the infiltrator clone, not Sophie Calvin. Okay, so yeah, there we go. I'm gonna give a nice little health boost, and if you decide to apply the same clone again to another person, if you notice the health went from +20 to +15, and this is what I guess the quote-unquote punishment of the game. When you die, because anytime you die, the clone that you had your agent set up to originally will begin to degrade and will have less of the stats that they had before. And you know, depending on the weapons that you carry, there may be a little bit of a cost in making sure that you have. There's a little bit of a cost to your items. So I'm going to give my sniper rifle the silencer here, and I don't know if I'll have enough money to bribe the guards, because in this game you can normally bribe guards to an entrance, which can be a nice way to go enter a place. And alright, so saying that bribe cost is 500. Oh, by the way, so this message will not go away unless you hit this fast travel. Bad 5 lives. Since they've just made like a super city, but that thing is not as navigatable. So if that comes up, you just want to do that. So there we go. I'm just going to wait a couple more seconds until I have enough money to bribe this guard. I can technically also hack my way to the entrance, but I'm just going to try to be nice to this guy. I could mind hack him. Whoa! I could mind hack this guy? I'm going to say cannot hijack the... Okay, oh, it's because it's the bribe thing coming up. I was pleasantly surprised for a moment there. But yes, we're just gonna idly wait for a couple more seconds. We have full 500. Totally hacked more ATMs by now. Just gonna wait a little bit more. It's almost done. Starting to get impatient myself. I just want to hack my way and cause chaos, but I'll definitely say again, in this game, impatience is not a virtue, because patience is a virtue, and if you start becoming impatient with actions, the world will recognize your impatience and act accordingly to it. Oh god, I'm so close to that 500, but I'm just going to be impatient. I'm going to stand behind this guard, pull out my weapon, shoot them in the back of the head, and start hacking. Totally not what I wanted to do, but I just want us to get moving. So I'm going to double click and have my agents run quickly to the back over here. This camera will light up for a second, but you get moved at the proper enough pace, we will be able to get to that point. And once I get over here, that camera won't be able to spot me. There's this camera over here, so we've got to pay attention to that. And since it's moving away, I'm going to get everybody in there, and then I'm doing it in cover movement. So it's nice and slow. As I mentioned, there's definitely a zen in this game. And I am seeing enemy movement. Aha! So looks like we got 2 guards coming, making their way over here. And I can actually move my support agent and have him get arrested. And then move everybody else to the rest of the mission. But I'm just going to kind of track to see which way these guys are going. Okay, so it looks like, oh shit, no! They are going in the direction I don't want them to go. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to safety. And we'll see how long these guys are going to be taking their time. Hopefully they're not going to check in over here. Oh, it looks like they caught all of us. So you know what? I am just going to have them all keep going. So I'm going to look at my hacker, since my hacker is behind the person. I'm going to do an execute. And I'm going to get this guy in quickly over here. Oh no. Okay, bad situation. But, you know what? I executed with my soldier when he turned around, so... And it does not look like there was definitely a sound of gunfire, so some people may start coming in, but my guns are silent, so they did not hear anything from me. But for my own benefit, I'll be just moving slowly. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to just get my hacker, go back, and hack this camera. Quickly, sprint, sprint! So once you do this mission, this district no longer will have cameras that will catch you as quickly as they normally do. And then there's another mission that you can do afterwards, which will also go into lowering the chances of you having an infinite amount of guards coming in. But for now, we're going to do that. Alright, so it looks like we've got 1 guard over there by the tower. You may see us if we sneak out. It's far away. This. And before they make their way down the stairs, I'm going to move my hacker to one terminal, I'm going to hit my infiltrator to another terminal, and I'm going to de-equip the weapons, because when you de-equip your weapons, you move faster, so you want to keep that in mind. Uh-oh. Did he see us? Did he see something? Is he suspicious? Nope. Alright. So far I almost did a good stealth job, but still didn't ace it, but I've been able to make through a bad situation quite easily. And it looks like you can now see us sneak over there, gotta move over there. He sees us now. Move this guy over here, over here, blind the weapon. Ah, no. Alright, make up your mind, guard man. If you're not gonna make up your mind, I'm just gonna dispatch you and finish you off. And that camera looks like it's about to get turned on, but we are out of here. So it's semi-successful stealth run. As if we don't get caught by that camera. Ah. Well, security will be called in, but we'll just go ahead and sneak in over here. Our star is low, so by the time security makes their way towards us, I think we will be out of dodge. Let's hope that guy doesn't see us over there. There we go, and we're okay. Alright, so I have done my first like quote-unquote mission of this game, and since I know one of the major things the guys have complained about or they wish they had in this game, which is tactical pause, the best alternative that is available in the game is this ability that your supporter have called Team Stims, which distributes stimulants to the team, enhancing senses and reflexes for a short time. This allows agents to feel as if time is moving much slower, which is a really nice way of saying that your support agent is loading your other agents with drugs. Woo! Let's see, what do I want to do here? I'm just going to wait until that ability becomes a little bit better. And I'm gonna improve my hacking dog for safety for hijacking, and for this case I'm gonna give my infiltrator cloak, since stealth is the name of the game of our run today. And it looks like I got another eyeball back in. Who's watching? I still don't know if the audio is working or not. I'm hoping it's working. No one is saying anything, and I'm just covering, and hopefully once I test it and realize the audio has been working, I won't have to feel like I need to do this again. Right, so I'm gonna just teleport my guys to the nearest beacon, just move us a little bit quicker. And we're just gonna move on around here. Oh god, you know what? Let me just stop everything that I'm doing and do this whole like, alright, let's find ourselves a clone, which I showed quite earlier what it was, but game's like, alright, clone, check that guy. That guy seems like a decent clone. Pay for the clone. Let's see if he's got decent stats. Oh, decent enough for a clone. Alright, now let's get our hacker towards this clone. And then we're gonna hijack this clone, and then we're gonna do it. And it will rouse the suspicion of guards following, and then cancel the situation. Ah, cool. Well, at least it canceled the text. Oh no, it's not saying search for another thing. And you know what? Since that guard is not looking, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this guy off. Still over. Okay. Good. If you 20 your stats, sneak my hacker. Before I actually hack this, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think there's some security issues. Oh cool, they just almost split. F, so just follows this guy. He's here. Mr. Soldier Man. Oh, no, what was it really? Oh yeah, so when if there are bodies around and the cop doesn't know what's going on, he'll just round up everyone as suspects. Well, there goes me wanting to actually dispatch this area of security people. Now I have way more security. But as I said, when you get rushed with security, just kind of go a little zen. Don't do much unless you have to. I'm still supposed to hijack this guy who's out. Well, if you're freaking out and running away, looks like I was punched. Okay, well now there's even more security. I'm just gonna wait a second. And yeah, I'm doing this so I could just get this tutorial thing out of the way so it doesn't show up in the screens later. You know what? I know what I'll do. I will make loud noises over here and just be in security posted this way. Hopefully it will work. and shoot at this guy. This is the most I've ever had to work for a hijack. And he ran away. So the soldier is going to be firing. Probably going to die. Go ahead and sacrifice. Okay, there's no cameras here, there's no guards here, so yes, diversion has been successful. Quote unquote. And as I mentioned, in this game you will die. And you shouldn't be upset when you die, because death is something that happens in this game on a regular basis. And it can be annoying, but once you realize that it's just a part of the game's mechanics, and you are just an expendable as everybody else in this city, you start feeling less invested in your Who are the guards firing at now? Did I accidentally start a civil war? So I think I'm not sure. Well, it looks like the guards are now just firing at civilians because it seems like a thing to do. He's a decent person to farm. Oh my goodness, this is never gonna end. Okay, well, guess what? You know what? We're just gonna move away from this tutorial thing and we're just gonna have it hang on us for a little annoying while because there are other things in this game that you need to know about. Alright, Mr. Clone. So if you hit the number 6, you can also command all of your agents as well and try to keep this thing safety. Because bullets are not good for anyone. No place at home. It's unfitting. Oh, I see a yellow dot. That means there's somebody important scientists that can bribe for my researches. But, oh, okay. I guess I just have to walk away from the area and then it wouldn't have bugged me for the whole civilian part of the tutorial. My bad. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and activate him while we're at it. Okay, so let's go towards another quick mission over here. So I put in the camera, and now cameras are going to load up slower. And I'm going to go and hit Dracogenic's guard station and hit activate ping. And once you go to this guard station, the reinforcements will take 50% slower to get called in. So the folks who are talking about having some issues with having 1 billion soldiers coming up, once you hit up the CSA of the district and then their guard station, the chances of you getting bum rush gets a lot lowered, and then there are other compounds that also give you other bonuses, which reduces the amount of damage that the bad guys can give you and increases the damage that you inflict them as well. So keep that in mind in the future. Moving it on. Nice little techno screen for the homeless. And doing another rush here. Checking Steam. Doing more comics. Yep. So, well, I'm gonna actually just try to do this mission with only my infiltrator. Because it, you know, sometimes it can, some missions you're better off with just one unit. Just because it makes the micromanaging something a lot less, or having your units coming through different entrances. And in this case, I'm just going to use my infiltrator, and I'm going to see if I can successfully do it from stealth this time. So I am going to command her to jump in and hit cloak before she jumps. Hopefully there's enough resources left even if she falls down on her face. Oh cool, she made it all the way. Did not fall. I'm proud of her. Okay, so now I'm all the way in. And no one knows I'm doing it. And I'm just going to move from cover to cover. And I'm just going to take a breather for a second until my cloak gets filled up. And this goes into, again, the zen of playing this game. When I first started playing and I would hit cloak, I would start sprinting my infiltrator from one position to the next, thinking that getting to that endpoint was more important, but while you sprint you drain energy and then you also drain your cloak. And sometimes you're just better off kind of making a quick leap of faith, or just a little bit of a leap, and letting your agent move slower from one point to the next without getting caught. Just gonna wait till those guys move out of the clear, and since they're out of the clear, I've done the cloak, and I have my energy, and I'm actually gonna decloak now, so I can repel once I get in. And I think I might be able to do this stealth mission completely. Okay, so got that. Let's just step through. And I'm gonna wait until the very, very last second and cloak. And I'm gonna just move her to that vent over there. And I was not caught. No shots were fired. No cameras were alarmed. Now the call time is there. Oh, he looks like he's on, but too late. I'm out. I'm done. Unless this guy decides to crawl through, though, he's like, oh well, probably just another thief stealing from the corporation. Alright, so now we got this in. So now the call times are going to be a lot lower, and I'm going to go ahead and move my agent over there, and I have some stuff that I've jacked that I can actually start researching this laser pistol. Even though I'll probably not use this account again or delete it. I'm gonna double sprint my agent. Okay, so as you saw, when you complete missions, you have these little things bump up, and they are your XP, and you can buy research or use bribes and use that for the money. And now let's talk about money, because we are going to go and rob a bank. When you get into every game's district, don't go into any of the major mission parts just yet, and go ahead and do like the missions as I showed you. Obviously, there's no real order to do missions in this game, and some people have had some issues with it because it's a little too open for them, and it doesn't explain exactly what you need to do. But you really want to like hit up the camera spot, the guard station, and then the bank, so you can have money, and it will increase your ATM count numbers, and will also show you where the ATMs in the district are also located. So, all of which are useful. Now, I wonder if I can rob this bank all stealth-like. So I'm going to go ahead and just move slowly over there, and oh no. Yeah, they see. And then I'll just move over there. There we go. I'll be back. Back guard can see my soldier. Okay. He also wants to know what is going on, and he is coming towards us. Does he see us? Doesn't look like he sees us. So again, as I said, be you just want to be a little calm unless things go bad. Things might go bad right now. Oh, you know what? I can see you. Ha! So yeah, what you just see me do was you had the guard walk by, didn't see these guys, and I just went ahead and pulled out my weapon that was silenced and just quickly took care of some business. Now, is that guard over there gonna see us? I'm gonna just move across the walls. And the camera's gonna see me in that corner. Nope. Great. I'm gonna move through those walls. Yes, the camera helps. No alarms have gone off, but that guy is wondering what's going on over here. And, oh, and another person saw it. And plus, if you once you walk into this little level, a bunch of alarms start blaring, so there's really no point in trying to be as selfish. Clanging out the guns. I am going to order my guys to move this way, fire this guy, this way. I wonder how this will play out. Okay. I definitely want to get this guy quicker, so screw the commands going around. I want to not all in one. No big deal. And yes, you can micromanage and say who should fire who, but it looks like we almost got it in. Okay, then definitely you want to have your weapon pulled out before you pull an assassination, because it looks like if you are not moving and you have your weapon pulled out, you will still be able to do that action as opposed to walking towards it. They're not too far away. And I think this is still the stealthiest pull I've done in this job. So moving. And that guard is over there, the camera's out, he might follow us. He sees us. We'll just go. I'll have my hacker try to open the gate back for us. These guys out of cover and move us out. Alright everyone, out of here. I don't know why my soldier's not moving. Go, soldier man. It looks like this will go in for the bug reports, because it's supposed to be moving, buddy. Okay, well, our soldier has succumbed to some type of a bug. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a screen cap of this. In case you have your guys caught in a bad situation, what you want to do is you want to hold the control of the ship, the K button, and you basically force kill your guy. So yeah, I'll make use of that bug that I did not want there to be there for you to learn something new. Okay, and everybody is out, the money has been made, and let's see. So I've actually, it looks like I've covered everything that I wanted to cover, or said I would cover, just in little bits and pieces. I will put in this little last bit that you can do pairings of your squads or other units. So let's say you want to have your soldier and your hacker selected specifically, you can hold shift and hit 1 and 3 and you have them selected, but if you don't want to use that again, you hit the control button and you press F1. So now those guys are bound to that number, and then let's say you want your soldier and your support to be selected, and control F2, and then your hacker and your infiltrator, you can take control F3, and then once you hit F1 and F2, you get to have these little switches between your units. So it gives you a little bit of a means to macro manage. And it's from F3 to F4. You can select your mind jacks that way. You can select all 4 of them and have that be selected as F1, which is actually quite useful when you do have your mind jacked, because when you do select all, your mind jack also gets selected, but you may just want to have your main agent selected and go about doing that. And for movement, you know, sometimes it's good for your soldiers to all be clustered as one. Sometimes it's better for them to be a little bit spread apart. This is really just a matter of just doing a few keyboard strokes. And in the beginning, as I mentioned, knowing what the controls are for the abilities and rebinding them to your liking will go a long way, and you having an enjoyable game experience. Oh yeah, one more. There's attack move, which is kind of like hitting A and moving. I have it selected to tab on mine, and this is useful for times where you are just going to be entering a bad situation and you don't know which guard is where, and you want to fire at them all and just have each person take care of another guy. And this is how you would do it. When you hit that attack move, they will all kind of start doing their own thing. And then you want to slow down time, cause the time to get out like this. Okay. So that is your attack move. You equip my weapons. I'm gonna basically say, what do you mean, officer? There's no people that we just fired at for no apparent reason. Yeah, so I think I've given you most of the basics. If there's anything I've forgotten, I'll probably do a write-up from it. And I'm gonna be testing, make sure the mic is working this time. Fingers crossed. And, if you are on Steam and you have questions, ask them or look up over here, and hopefully it'll answer most of it. And if not, there's plenty of us out there, and we'll want to make sure you get to enjoy this game as much as I personally believe it deserves to be enjoyed. And I will see you next time.